There's no enthusiasm either. Come on,
no
Toast.
enthusiasm. I'm sorry. I just have to get through that layer of salt that you just dumped on my head. But yeah, to Beast Coast, it is still a fantastic lineup from them. I'm very happy to see Whisper back on this puck once more, running this new support clockwork, taking a leaf out of a little bit of VG Gaming's book, but of course adding a Beast Coast tint to it. And this puts that tinker for Chris Luck into the mid lane.
Yep, we got the Limp Viper, one of his staples. Not something we see very often nowadays, but it's so good against the Spectre. You remove both Dispersion and Desolate. You just stand in the goo, and Spectre actually cannot play Dota against you.
Do you feel like there's still enough damage? Like, you remove these, but how does Alliance get their DPS out? We're talking like what damage you can do inside the Chronosphere, just overall against, and then you get hit by laser as well. And
it's the exact same thing as the series yesterday. You've got to kill the Tinker. That's all Alliance can really afford to focus on in this game. You find them with the Chronosphere, the arrow, something, but the one downside of their draft is they don't have vision. There's no way they'll actually be able to find the Tinker with the exception of some really cool high ground wards. So they're going to be looking to force engagements around high grounds that they have control of, which is a lot easier said than done.
Like, it's almost more pressure on Hanskin to do that job. Whisper, he tried to battle for the bottom rune. It'll still be a 1-for-1 trade-off because this defensive trio from Beast Coast created the space required, but you already see Whisper just playing with fire against the Alliance lane.
And Schofield
he's pulling the mid lane up?
No, he just did it so that it looks like...
now the Creepwave's going to come onto the tower. This is normally what you want to do with a block, but maybe not underneath the tower. And then you laser him so we know he can't get the last hits. Is that the play?
I don't know, man.
we got two so far for Limp.
It could be one of those matchups where Chris Luck just prefers to get the 2 waves under tower, because the full wave is still alive, he'll be able to just chill. He'll get level 3 almost without much contest on the denies, although Limp does get one right there. Perhaps he just prefers the matchup this way.
It could have also been a mistake. Could have.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. Whisper's having a bit of a harder time. Fada, the Ogre, doing his job. But Venom just harassing out the puck, making sure he can't get that easy experience. This does free up Hanskin to go for these long roam arounds. Try and get a good arrow, give an advantage to the mid lane. This doesn't feel like he can do anything really about the top lane. There's no kill potential there, but there's definitely kill potential against the Tinker.
Just needs to land the arrow. First and foremost, he's thinking about it, winding up.
Pull. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait, it just... What? He has the range creep. It's too far over now. Creepwave comes underneath the tower. And it's a fully salved up Tinker. It'll take a lot to get through him.
Yeah. And to go off something BSJ said, I'm real surprised they went for this clockwork support. It makes sense when you look what they're doing with it, whereas up top you've got AA clock just kind of duels.
Here we go.
Whoa,
Got the arrow. Patience is a virtue that Hanskin is displaying in droves. And Chris Luck, a quick laser means Limp at least can't attack into him, but that won't stop Hanskin. In fact, they just let Limp have the poison finish the job.
That's the right play in bottom. Fada picks up the kill on Whisper too.
And this is what you want to see if you're Alliance. A good start with a 2-0.
It's a really tough lane for Puck, especially with the build Fada went. With that level 1 Orb of Venom, he's completely alone on an island. Hitting an Ogre with 8 armor and 7 health regen is it's useless. So he's just getting walked at. And at a point, he's low enough HP that Miko can look to leap forwards, find a bash, and a kill.
And as she said, like, alone, or the stun, that's going to stop him? No, he can just jaunt out in time.
They were hoping for a bash on top that would have prevented the jaunt away. Maybe that leads to a kill, but alas.
Schofield has now finally joined this bottom lane, so the puck is no longer alone.
Yeah.
At least able to burn some of this mana off and cause some buffer for Ogre. But it really did feel like they wanted just to ensure Hector, that K1 needed to get this early farm.
Yeah, and look at mid though, man.
Is 33 going to deny himself up on top? K1's going after him. Stinger's holding the chilling touch, and there goes your attack. He doesn't have a mana for miscall, however. He's got stick charges available. And then going to salve Juke it through the trees. Stinger and K1 just get a run around. Then on bottom lane, Trio gets the stun with a follow-up arrow.
Nice.
Schofield, who was meant to help this bottom lane, ends up giving the kill.
We saw Vici do this to great success yesterday too. Combine any stun with Marana and you have this great roaming potential. So he could be potentially in the jungle, or rather the forest behind the Tinker just throwing out arrows blind, or he can come bottom, you land a quick stun, that's an easy kill, no problem. But this mid lane CS, look at this. It is 4-2 to 19-11 on Limp. This is insane, especially when you consider that Chris Luck, he is the win condition. The goal is to slow down and slay this Tinker. They've already done that. Now he's just getting absolutely dominated by Limp.
This is a man who can't afford a bottle 4 minutes in. Like, not the position you want to have as a Tinker. Maybe if you saw the regeneration rune up on top, would be happier about this, but Limp's gonna grab the regen as well, while Tinker is forced to salve.
And this is so far so good for Alliance. They're off to a great start, but this is a position Beast Coast know well. They were effectively behind in every single early game they played yesterday, but were able to pull it out through just better team fighting, farming rotations, arguably drafts. K1 though still on top of the CS charts.
Well, here we go for the stun once again. Ogre Fire Blast into the short range arrow. Cogs from Schofield to try and create a little bit of extra space. Mid lane, I think Tinker's dead. Yep. Having to run through the Nether Toxin, 2 points up in the poison attack.
Yep.
And then they go again on bottom lane. Starting off once again, Schofield. Fire blasted into the arrow, and one more attack. Fada stays inside the cogs. While Whisper, he's going to join himself over. He's looking for the 5-minute bounty runes. He'll claim the first one. Time dilation will slow him down. Phase shift's available. If he doesn't, he won't get the second one. So he's body blocking Hanskin, and then a time lock. Sure, Nico. He did put 2 points up into it, but the cogs have to push him back. But the stun's over on Whisper. He'll go down again.
Really well done. Nico Baby with the ideal laning skill build against a puck with that early point in time dilation and the max bash, increasing the percentage that you do get that hit. Finding a nice kill there onto the puck. Man, they're just getting absolutely obliterated in 2 lanes right now on Beast Coast. 6-0 on Alliance. The Tinker with not even a null talisman complete. Crystallock forced into the jungle, farming with laser. Not even March of the Machines, he's just right-clicking.
Well, he kind of needs like a stack to really make this worthwhile, but he can't even do that. Schofield caught out by the Viper Strike, and he's just pulling the creep wave off. This is allowing at least Crystallock to get this farm and keep his tower slightly alive. That catapult on 27 HP is getting some extra hits in, but it's not going to stop Limp from planting his own Observer Ward down. He wants more information.
That's really nice, because whenever, I always love when core players place their own wards, because it means that the support doesn't have to leave to do it. Far less likely that it would be counter-warded. There's no vision of that courier. No one knows Lip was even in the area. You don't expect him to have grabbed a ward real fast, and if nobody ever ventures there, if Hanskin plays bottom side, you have no reason to ever suspect there'd be a ward.
And Spectre's TPing up towards Tinker, just efficiency shrine for K1. It's really been trying to go hammer at 33, try and force this Abaddon down in the lane, but it just hasn't happened since he lost his supports. Whisper, also no support in the bottom lane. It's all coming in for Alliance. Fada has done available, doesn't even need to do it. Nico Baby.
Yep, and as soon as Chronosphere's up, which will be in just a moment as Nico hits 6, we saw how many times you chrono into arrow, that's a kill, no problem. Fauna now free to go check out, see if there's any stacks.
Maybe a little deep, he does see one stack, but working now, Stinger, as well as Schofield together with the battery assault, and now the body block as well. They need a little bit more damage to arrive, and it's coming in the form of Limp. That's the wrong way around. Fada, he'll get himself underneath the Nether Toxin with the Viper Strike. Stinger is definitely going to go down. Hanskin will ensure that Clockwork protected by his own cogs.
The courier for vision.
Goodbye, Stinger, and the courier above him.
Nice.
Schofield goes down to Limp. Now 9-1 on the board, but at least Beast Coast are off the mark.
Man. They tweeted out earlier the meme about Beast Coast being top 5 question mark.
Oh, bottom. They're ready to go again. You put 2 heroes together and you'll see that Chronosphere, but Nico just wants someone to come a little bit closer.
K1 though having a good game. That's what your bright side is for Beast Coast, but the problem is that you're not able to fight Nether Toxin ever. So at some point, you kind of need a BKB on Spectre, as strange as that sounds, at some point in this game, or you've just got to ignore Limp completely. And that's, you know, third, fourth item at best.
Well, Schofield can't ignore him anymore. The cogs were nice, will at least keep Fada out and between the tier 1 town, but this has all gone on and no support has come in from Beast Coast. That was a good 1 minute. Alliance just been sitting on top and in fact behind the tier 1 tower.
Limp's got a hood queued up. I kind of hope he goes for some kind of scaling item first. I think a Maelstrom in this game as an example into an eventual Mjolnir is super sick when you consider how many rapid applications of damage there are on the enemy team. You stand in March of the Machines, you're going to be proccing Mjolnir on yourself every second, no problem.
Spectral Horn, where is Spectre really trying to go? Still up on the top lane. I think they were hoping. No, I'm fairly certain there was communication on bottom lane to go for a gank. But Stinger never really had the opportunity. It was Void or Mirana, two heroes they can't lock down. There's a leap or there's a time walk.
It's a shame too, because Whisper just hit 6, but now with no threat of the Haunt, you don't really fear him any longer. Oh no, Whisper, he jumps forward. But Nico thought he went.
I think he's chasing the courier, because the dire observer ward saw it.
Now he was hoping he'd go into vision under the ward that sees a bit behind the tower, because Hanskin's in position for an arrow. If they land a chrono, this is a kill.
Whisper's dead. There's your first stun into,
Ooh, ole.
phase shift just in time. You just red flag that.
Means that no arrow for 8 seconds, so can't chrono just yet. But Nico wants to. This man loves to make plays. Already 3 kills on the board. Wants to get a 4th. There it is.
Oh, it's a jump forward.
Arrow.
Yep. Easy combination. Stinger wants to help out. Puck has phase shift, but it's all a little too late. It's seeming forever locked.
Where is Tink? He's just...
Tinker is Soul Ring farming jungle. With, like, at least he's got Soul Ring and Bottle, but until he has BTs, he can't affect the lane. So Schofield, just like this, underneath the tier 1 tower, he knows he's dead. Stick charges up the hill. Maybe there's enough life. A quick Nether Toxin. It's another quick tick, but Clockwork will survive. But Alliance are fully aware of what's going on. That one Observe ward is going to get almost a full duration, and more than likely it will. And then Chris will realize all this farming has been watched. But it's the only thing he can do, right? If he stands in mid, there's no net worth. He's moved from almost no CS to this point where he's got 3.2k net worth. So it's not that bad. He's 1,500 behind that of the Viper.
It's not ideal. But they're really... I mean, 3k gold lead, there isn't a better answer is the thing. That's what makes this Beast Coast lineup so strange, right? I understand the synergy, Tinker, Spectre, tons of global mobility, but this is not a Beast Coast lineup. This is slow, this is passive. That mid-game power spike really just isn't there. They don't have any innate playmaking ability. And sure, the Clockwork could potentially get aggressive at 6, but as BSJ brought up, you're playing against Void, Morana. These heroes have easy escapes to get out of the cogs. That's a kill.
Yep, that'll be the 5th death for poor Schofield.
And to beat a Tinker, it's the same way you beat Meepo. You kill his towers. Look, top, you've got 3-3 about to beat in with a catapult behind him. Mid tower's already fallen. And the 2 wards now denying Tinker his jungle. This is so difficult to play. And even if you get the bots on Chris Luck, sure, that's nice, but you can't, if you can't farm jungle reliably, if the lanes become unsafe, it's not the same hero.
But it does feel like Alliance are not getting, like, they need more out of this map, right? Like, you're getting diminishing returns when a lot of your kills are over on the supports. I suspect that. It's like 4 deaths on a Puck, 5 deaths on a Clockwork, but they're the 2 they're primarily focused on. This still allows Tinker to fight Clockwork, thinking about a hook shot forward.
Now, this is not a kill. Because Limp went for the hood, you can't make that play. Sure, he'll farm a bit slower, but it means he is not a target. You would need 4, maybe even 5 heroes to be able to take him down.
But it's having the Ancient Apparition there. Chrono on bottom lane. Again, just this easy arrow combination. But this is the big one. This is the Spectre who's going down.
Yep. And I love this from Nico. He's going for that diffuser build we talked about. It makes the hood even more valuable on Limp because it means that both cores are going to look to get really aggressive early on. Nico now has innate kill potential if he just finds the AA, if he finds the clock. He can stick to them while conserving the Chronosphere for the next kill or a future fight. You already have a Bloodlust from the Ogre too, so you don't really need that accelerating item as badly because, oh, Whisper.
Ada. He actually makes the most of the Observer Ward that just timed out with a 5-second arrow. Stinger, it feels like he might want to go on it. Now the Spectral Haunt. Who's he want to...
the coil.
Wait, okay. Well, there's no fight to be had then. Is this the second time Phantasm's going to be burned for no aggressive... Like, the Spectre doesn't jump on the second Phantasm.
Phantasm?
Not Phantasm. Haunt. What am I going Phantasm for?
Ignore. We did watch CK yesterday, to be fair.
Yeah, we did. I'm just...
And there was a Tinker in the game.
Yeah, let's not be fair. That was his crap.
I'm just trying to make you feel better, babe.
Yeah, it's fine.
Jump. Bash.
There's the lock. Not possible.
If Admiral Bulldog was on the Void, you know what would have happened.
Still wouldn't have bashed.
Top lane Spectre has a Yasha going for that Manta diffuser.
Now you hook shot. Over towards Mirana. Not the target you can really get. You know, she just turns around and leaps away to safety.
Yep.
And Whisper's got nothing else to initiate in with. And 33 just, okay, maybe he can't stand his ground against K1.
That's just because he's out of mana. If he were able to continue spamming shields, he'd have no problems. And this is what I love from Nico Baby. He's got the defusal. Look where he's farming. Chrono's not up, but it doesn't matter. He's going to deny this top jungle. His team was farming bottom. It's just so scary for Beast Coast to play around the map right now. 3-3 going for an early Vlad's. Alliance trying to get all these team fight items up and running. Stat, you're going to have a pipe on the Viper. In fact, there it is. It's in the stash at the moment, waiting to fly out. He'll even grab an Invis-Rune. Nope, he's going to leave it for Fada.
Fada is your engager, but there's a lot of observers and sentries down from Beast Coast because they've been trying to remove this vision from Alliance very unsuccessfully. Those 2 full duration observer wards, the one basically on either shrine of Direside saw so much. Schofield, I don't know if he just feels that something is wrong. He's back under his own sentry ward.
I will say, for a game that's 14-1, it does not feel... Oh, hang on, Chris Lock. He might be in trouble here.
Yep. Yeah. Chronosphere up. I can't get any more damage into it, but okay, it won't matter when Nico Baby still hits that hard. Need a catch to find Tinker in the trees. That'll do it.
That's Nico Baby special, right? Chrono off cooldown, go look to make it happen. And a big part of this is because he's already positioned so aggressively on the map. He doesn't have to TP. As a part of his natural movement around, he finds a critical kill on the enemy win condition. Now 15 minutes, they've got both bounty runes top secure, but a dive bottom.
Yeah, they were really baiting this out. The Observer Ward knew there was that many players from Beast Coast down here. Ice Blast connects over on Hanskin. One more attack should be able to bring him in shadow range. In fact, that's exactly what happens. And K1 TPing away to safety. Whisper, he's got phase shift to Valve. He's going to wait 5 seconds before he's got the orb, or else there is really just no escape. He begins a TP in the trees. Optimistic to say the least.
All the defusal, you combo that with the time dilation. What is a puck supposed to do? You can't orb, you can't run away, and you're also taking a ton of damage. By far, the most cost-effective damage per gold item in Dota for the Void is that defusal blade, especially when you consider the applications of just the aggro purge into auto attack. Stinger, nice juke.
Yeah, Limp's like, he definitely was going to go into the trees, but he definitely did not. Combinations back together again. Fada and Hanskin. Just looking for that fire blast into arrow stun. Right.
We got the replay. Hanskin getting killed by just spell damage. Throws out an arrow. His final act, and yeah, you can see right here, Whisper, like he gets even the coil, but he can't actually play Dota at this point. Don't even need a bash, just goes down. You can see 3-3 has the DD, now looking to connect. I was gonna comment, Alliance, they're ahead, they're doing great, but even with the score so high, like they're not in a game-winning position just yet. They need more towers. They need to be able to choke out this map.
They're going into the march. 33 doesn't care while the shields are up. The rest of his team, however, will. A quick little laser, stop him from attacking into the Ancient Apparition, but 33, he's getting so much information.
Yep. You want to be able to play enemy high ground if you're Alliance. Camp a shrine, farm the 2 lanes. That's the goal here. You need the tier 2s down to be able to do so. Limp gets going on mid.
Yep, hook shot out. Ice Blast will also be connected on Viper, trapped underneath this tier 2 tower. The rest of Alliance moved to the north. They were hunting for K1. He just TP'd home and then haunted back out.
Big part of that's the aggressive wards, or rather defensive wards placed by Beast Coast. They knew that Alliance was hunting top, and immediately they make a play for mid and get the deny on the tower, removing that gold from Alliance's pockets. Bit of hubris there from Limp, though. He should not be alone hitting towers, probably trying to bait a bit. And there's the decision to go for that pipe instead of perhaps a force staff early on. No one on Alliance itemizing for a force yet against this clockwork. If you have one of those on Viper, you're unkillable in that scenario. And I like the pipe in theory because it allows you to go high ground against Tinker, but you don't need it yet is the concern. You're not looking to take team fights, or rather Beast Coast isn't. They are not in a position to do so. So it's picked up a bit early, it'll slow down your progression, and you don't have that added utility from some of these other items.
And Whisper, jump away. All he wants to do is clear out the wave. Keep the momentum going on the side. Yeah. This Observer was still seeing so much. They want K1. Quick Chronosphere, catching him. They know which one the real one is. Fada's waiting for his own Fire Blast to wait until the very end of the Chrono. And K1 has no life and no real movement speed to escape this Alliance lineup. And 33 kill secures with the miscoil. Sorry, 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 sorry.
He's not sorry. Mid, they've got Whisper. He took an arrow.
Need more help than that. And Fada will try and be hit. Quick Dream Coil. How much damage can I do? Almost none. Great.
I was thinking about hooking in on the clock, but not. Not feeling it just yet. Nico takes out bot tower, gonna continue to look to move around the map. No chrono, of course. Going for the Manta next, as expected.
The Tinker is still able to keep controlling these side lanes. The farm is starting to arrive. Ever since picking up that Blink Dagger, he's felt a lot more confident in those lanes, and it gives a little bit more of a license for Whisper to be aggressive too, because he has support. As you said, like, this is a great global lineup. The only thing that really kind of stops this from being that global lineup of past times is, well, replacing Puck for Zeus, and then you'll be back to Team Global. But you need someone who's able to get that initial catch. Clockwork and Puck are those two.
I'm honestly, I'm just a bit concerned for Alliance's ability to scale as this game continues. If you look at the net worths, Limp is ahead of the Tinker, but consider his position. He was further ahead at 4 minutes than he is now, and a big part of that is because he went for this team fight item. There's no acceleration component inherent to this choice. If you go something like an Atos, like a Maelstrom first, you get kill potential or farming speed. So when nothing's happening around the map, you're increasing your GPM. With a pipe, if you're not fighting, if this item isn't keeping you alive, it's losing you money. That's why you got to invest in your future, Toby. Don't just leave it in a bank account.
It's when you talk about utilized net worth. I think it's worse than a bank account. Like bank account, you may even get interest.
Yeah.
This is, I've kind of put it in my mattress. It's safe as long as there's not a fire. Ice Blast coming in from Ancient Apparition, the Moonlight Shadow, protecting Alliance. And is there a YOLO from Schofield? He's thinking about it. Throws out a rocket. He sees a lot, but Ogre, Moonlight Shadow, allowed him just to be there. And Schofield just walks away.
Team's coming in. Spectre Haunt is available, but Tinker not really online just yet.
He wants to go for it. He wants to cut the section, but won't happen. There's your Atos going to work, combining with the arrow. It all felt a little quirky.
Yep. Yeah, I say all this, Toby, but you know, if Alliance just want to walk up high ground right now, they've got the tools. They have an Aegis, they've gotten a Bad with Drum, soon to have a Solar Crest. Manta now going to be completed on Nico Baby. If he finds a Chrono onto the Tinker, I mean, Chris Luck's just dead.
And he could be very aggressive too, like get in there, start fighting, and not even use the Chronosphere.
Yep.
Like force abilities out of Beast Coast, force them to react. Ice Blast on bottom lane, Hanskin, they get the Dream Coil, he'll get chilled up, they need a little bit more damage to kill him off. And maybe they have enough with the Chilling Touch. Whisper wants to join himself away, and that will be a shatter in favor of Stinger. Nico Baby too far away from everyone else in the March of the Machines, coming in for the Tinker, and maybe that's when you chrono with the laser. It does connect, so not instant damage, and they just have to wait out this Chronosphere as Limp got caught in the edge of the chrono, but Chris Luck can't get away, or maybe he can. Spectral Horn, it'll come in. Tinker is down for the count. And maybe they have some more damage. A quick orb jaunt away for Whisper. Backing up, but K1 continuously being broken, trying to stay away from this Nether Toxin of Viper. But Nico, he's so low on life, they'll break the Aegis Immortal. Whisper joining once again, Clockwork ready for the hook shot. Needs to hold somebody out, Borrowed Time's already been burned. In fact, he just makes the perimeter of Cogs, but he can't get away. The stun lock and control.
You take that for sure.
Whisper! Time walk into instant bash. He jaunts up through the tree lines and now blinks up. Nico Baby's time walk forward was only 1 unit away from being in the right place.
That is so heads up from Beast Coast. It doesn't matter that they technically lost this fight. You got Aegis, you got a kill, and they forced that engagement around the tier 2 bottom of Alliance. The respawns are already active. That was an Aegis window for Alliance. You're not able to go high ground without one. So now you've just pushed this game back. It's delay, delay, delay. Get your Spectre Tinker online. You can see Chris Luck just a little too aggressive. Limp walks straight to the Chronosphere, where this fight goes a lot better for them. And you can also see the Spectre, he goes for Limp, but the moment Limp walks back into the Nether Toxin, he's actually just got to get out, because it will also remove the passives from the illusions. So that Manta Diffusal timing hits hard, but if he's in Nether Toxin, there's no real damage threat, because the Desolate Pure is not there.
I'm really interested to see how K1 wants to approach that in the future. Like, it's like, can I get myself some 4-stars? Can I actually try and just get a way to push out and fight in a different era? Because it definitely, Alliance has shown they are willing to chase you. They are willing to keep running forward because, as you said, like, they need to. Yep. They need to be able to have these type of fights that Beast Coast do not want to give them.
Yeah, it's a really nice game from both sides so far. I do feel Alliance have to hit the gas a bit. I like the choice from 3-3 to go for the Midas. He went back for a Midas instead of finishing Solar Crest, because he probably feels the same way we do. It's like, we're not ending this game in the next 10 minutes. I might as well invest in my future. Start that 401k fund.
Government-led superannuation.
What?
Yeah, that's right. A non-American term to confuse you on. Not everyone knows what a 4OK is.
I'm not really sure myself.
Shout out to all Australians who know what the hell that is. Stinger's in a little bit of trouble. Leap forward. Hanskin looking for the target. The Ice Blast being thrown out. There's the Yule Scepter. Well, if he can at least get some chiller factors, that's the only upside from this fight.
And I like this. Chris Luck, he's a bit behind. He's going for the Axe. He'll have that finished up at about 3,000 gold. That's the huge item against Alliance. Because both Tinker and Void obviously function around auto attack. Same with the Abaddon. And you can't remove laser from everybody with that shield spam. The Manta BKB for Nico obviously will help him remove it. But it's all about these long fights. Beast Coast just stall the game. 8K gold lead for Alliance. 420 the score.
And you already saw what happened to Nico in that bottom fight. Like, he triggered Chronosphere. He actually got the hero he wanted. Like, he got the Tinker. But he had to wait for what felt like the entire duration of Chronosphere before he could land an attack.
And I like to see Beast Coast maybe look to make something happen. Haunt's going to come off cooldown. You're down 420, but Bounty Runes are spawning in 20 seconds. Maybe it's time to smoke up.
Yeah, reverse the meme. Farder too far away, even with the Tinker Ob Sentry. Knows he can't catch out Whisper. We know what Whisper's gonna do. He's done it, I think it's now what his third time, fourth time during just this tournament. Playing exactly that same role.
Only Bounty Runes. They picked up 2 for 2. You take that if you're Beast Coast. And you're gonna have a BKB on Spectre, just about 800 gold till he can complete that item. And then all of a sudden, as long as he gets that off, there's no real way Alliance can take him down. Nether Toxin, of course, would not affect him. He would keep his passive. And Alliance, you don't really have much non-magical damage. Even the Void's build, of course, with that Diffusal.
Would you actually like to see like Limp go for more physical item build, like attacks that way then? Because at the moment I'm seeing a Scythe being queued up. It's, okay, we've got mass control through Scythe as well as Atos as well as Pipe. But does this put more pressure on a Faceless Void to continuously be that #1 damage dealer from Alliance?
It really does, and that's my concern. I actually think that Viper in this game might need to do a bit more damage than Limp is prepared to deal, even going for the defensive talents. Lifesteal, spell Lifesteal and Corrosive Skin over attack range and speed. Means that yes, once again Alliance will be counting on Nico Baby to bring them home a W. 705 his score though. Second most farm of the game. I cannot believe Hector, even though he's got 6 fewer kills than Nico and 2 more deaths, somehow still top of the net worth charts.
They've bought him space. It feels like more than anything else, they bought him space.
Yep. But when's the window for Alliance? Maybe it's that Aegis, right? They lost the Aegis very early, so Roche still not able to spawn for another 2 to 5. They need that to be able to actually pressure for high ground. Still 2 tier 2s to take as well. And yeah, you're really behind if you're Beast Coast, but there's a lot of tower gold left on the map for you.
They're coming to fight. If Schofield is the only one they catch out, then they're not going to be happy. In fact, it looks like it's Beast Coast who want to initiate. Over towards Abaddon, Tinker begins his TP in. That'll be cancelled with a miscoil, but now 33 has no denial option. Okay, he's already back off cooldown. He's totally fine. And the rest of Alliance have arrived. They'll dust up quickly. The laser and rockets, they're going to connect, and she triggered the borrowed time. And 4-star, Stinger just moves away from all of Alliance. And the Dream Call, catching out 3 as well. They need the big kill. The Chronosphere, Nico Baby trying to fight out, but the laser is making it almost impossible to fight. And the BKB from K1, he takes no damage whatsoever, but the Tinker, Vada, able to catch him up on the high ground. Limps up and go through the March Machines. There's way too much damage for him, but it's more than enough for Nico Baby to finally kill off Schofield. And time walk away, but Puck's not done. He'll orb himself forward. Nico Baby's making a break for the tree line. 33's going down, or is he? Yeah, he'll fight inside the trees. But K1 also here ready to fight. Murata will buy back. TP to the tier 1 tower. Look for that arrow to fly forward. 33 dropping low, but borrowed time gives him his life back once again. Whisper, great blink away. Dodges Nico Baby. They forced up Spectre by a little bit more time, a little bit more space. Rift as well as the orb is up, and they finally had enough of the ancient apparition. Nico Baby will time walk himself forward for this. Still Beast Coast not committing these buybacks, and Spectre on the ropes will be brought down. 70 seconds on the sideline.
Not giving enough respect to that Abaddon. Level 19, mostly in part to that 25% XP gain on your level 10 talent. He has ult up again as they continue to try and turn around a kill. You're not going to get Nico. They didn't recognize that Tinker was not, like, he's a huge source of their damage. That fight in the Chrono, like, Tinker had a perfect positioning. He had like 3 marches going, spammed laser. You're still behind if you're Beast Coast. You cannot over pursue like that, especially if all your big spells are on cooldown. But again, the game is still at, you know, equilibrium.
Yep.
It's 8K going into the fight. It's an 8K lead going out of it for Alliance. And yeah, check this. Sick force staff from AA to reposition onto the high ground. You get a big chrono off, but because the Spectre's BKB, look at the damage he's taking.
None.
What are you gonna do? That arrow wouldn't, it doesn't matter if that arrow lands. Like, it's gonna be absorbed. He's still full health.
It's actually because of the cluster as well. You got the Manta style off, so even if the Mirana arrow wanted to land directly after the Chronosphere, there was no line for Hanskin to use that arrow. It's like, okay, yep.
That's me. That's my usual role when I was a Dota player. Often dead, but hey, you can still be a cheerleader.
Positivity, everybody. Did you actually have like a unique cheer, or was it just like a well done, guys?
It's not appropriate for this broadcast.
Okay. Ancient Apparition. Yep. Not feeling too good. Sentry Ward is being planted down, trying to get rid of him. There's the Observe Ward on the hillside from the Broken Tree. Ancient Apparition stun locked in. They are underneath the March to the Machines. Nico Baby, a lot of damage after time walking himself forward. Won't repair that damage because it took so long to walk away. But now the multicast done. Schofield's in a little bit of trouble. Rockets are flying forward. He didn't get that fourth hit from the Abaddon, so the cogs do come up. And into the March to the Machines, they want to try and fight. Nico Baby, he has the Chronosphere available. He goes on the Spectre once again. There's a lot of Mirana. Actually, yeah, Mirana does hit the arrow. I thought maybe with the Mana Illusion they would have been fine, but they're all clustered up. The laser is bouncing through them. Nico will jump out the AA ulti. There's no regeneration, and it just continues to bounce. Chris Luck, finally the run of Atos will hold him there, but laser after laser with Schofield re-entering with a hook shot up. Limp can't go anywhere. He can hide inside of his own nether toxin. Alliance, that was not the fight they were looking for.
A big part of that is because the supports ran the patented feed into die, or rather, feed into buyback, and in AA's case, die again. But either way, that was sick. Their buybacks effectively gained them those 2 kills. They start this fight because they know Nico's a bit low. He's not going to want to get involved unless it's the ideal opportunity. K1, unfortunately, if he gets BKB off there, he doesn't die. This is a huge fight for Beast Coast. Instead, of course, he will fall, but this AA ult, after the buyback, game winning. Misses Nico, unfortunately, otherwise he probably lands that kill too. And the Chris Luck Ags reveal. All of a sudden, like, not just the damage output, but these heroes, the Limp doesn't do any DPS any longer.
It's the lack of damage. It's the opposite direction.
Don't worry too much, man.
It's like, that was a good fight, but why me? BKB, Nico, jumping forward, looking for the clockwork, can't create, well, actually, he just walks it off. With Tinker arriving, you see the mindset of Nico. It's like, well, man, I've almost got this clockwork, but it's just not worth it. I can't finish the job. Not when Tinker arrives. This is why we were begging the question of Alliance. For all the tankiness that you have, where is your damage?
Yeah, and again, I hate to keep harping on this, but look at the net worth, man. Tinker is 1,000 gold ahead of Viper all of a sudden. It's all because of the item build. It's pipe, Atos, BKB, now into a sheepstick on Limp. There's no damage, no scaling potential. The later this game goes, the further he'll fall behind the overall game.
And they're already hitting items from Beast Coast, they're gonna slow them down. So you can have Schofield again being attacked, but he just walks it off. There's the Academ Scepter on Puck. So this BKB that was giving freedom for Alliance to move is now no longer.
Oh, and that's a great point, Toby. Even Void, like you can't really play Dota all of a sudden. These BKBs.
you want me BKB and Time Walk? Oh, wait, no, this isn't the way I want to work.
You still can't really...
He even got the 500 cast range, so maybe at least he has some distance to stay away from the Dream Call. Roshan's being done, the Ice Blast and Rocket. Now he's holding the Ice Blast for now. Rocket will give information. They're TPing in. 1, 2, 3, here they come. Ice Blast runs forward, Spectral Horn gives a lot of information, and out the pit Alliance will come, looking for their attack. Who's it gonna be? And Tinker, he has the high ground. Void, he'll get the Chronosphere. It was only on the clockwork, however. K1 is isolated. Whisper will even jump back in again. The BKBs, they're about to go to Alliance. They actually have the problem. Hold them in position. Everyone feels totally stunned up. Void can time walk up the hill again, and Tinker just keeps on hitting from afar. The arrow will fly in. Ancient Apparition and Clockwork, they both have gone down. But Alliance were committing huge abilities to claim Roshan in a big fight against Beast Coast, and they only get supports once again.
But now they walk straight back into the pit. Now there's no spells remaining. That was real risky, though. If Alliance's heroes were a bit lower, Nico just had the mana for a time walk away.
Whisper, he's hiding in the trees. Alliance, Limp was so close to him. The orb flies in. Dire! Nico will snatch the Aegis Immortal. The orb from Puck, killing Roshan. It's still not the greatest situation. Puck is dead for over a minute. Tinker will be on defense duty.
But it's cool, look at the mid wave. It's all the way at the tier 2 tower. This is the Tinker factor, right? All of these waves are pressured onto Alliance's side of the map, and they've just realized, wait, and they ping it, and yeah, sure, you're gonna get into the base eventually, but the respawn timers, these supports are doing such a good job of continuing to die. They stay low level so that they can respawn in time to defend the base at all times.
Man, when death pays off. You know, I was actually having a discussion backstage, like how do you statistically work out who the biggest MVPs are when you have so many deaths towards a player's name? 10 deaths on the Clockwork, 6 on the Ancient Apparition. You don't care as long as these abilities hit and you create the space for your cause. You just got a Kevin Costner this. Whitney Houston needs a bodyguard.
It's still anybody's game. The equilibrium has not changed. Wonder what the probability is in terms of what the algorithms think as far as Dota goes.
87 to 13%.
I don't know if I buy that, Toby. I mean,
Yeah, I would not buy that. At this point, I actually feel like Beast Coast can just keep going and going and going on this. And the late game Spectre, I thought normally the prediction algorithms liked that.
And they do get all 4 bounty runes, and all of a sudden you can see that net worth jump up an extra 3K. Nico, what's he going for next? Looks like a Mjolnir will be his choice. A good decision. Somebody should get a Mjolnir on the side of Alliance. It's just too value of an item here, especially against a Tinker, where a random proc could just cancel a blink where he doesn't expect it.
This is a great observer ward. They see Spectre, smoke up, Nico Baby underneath the shrine. K1 just burnt it too. He won't even have that. The Manta style is out quickly. Which one's the real one? Do they feel like they're being juked? BKB, and K1 gets down the hill. The BKB is burned. Is there gonna be a follow-up? There is from Limp. He's moved over another dagger, and Nico, he's looking for a chrono target now. Spectral Horn, he jumps away a little bit to the right now, jumping back down southwest, and maybe with the stuns, Faceless Void can't get the fight. The Clockwork kept him locked up. Now they can kill off K1, but they all get hit by the Ice Blast. K1, he's getting into the trees. The chronosphere, but can anyone reach him? They time walk forward. Information is given. And K1 will fall without buyback available.
Oh my god, that's so huge. And even if he had it, Alliance have no fear now because they know Haunt is on cooldown. The one hero that really can't get picked off does so. Alliance, though, they've taken heavy damage since then, but check out the side lanes. They want to get this tier 2 bot, but that huge wave bottom is actually threatening their tower. You might just get the kill, and that's it.
I just love this, like Tinker, when you have the +10 mark to the machine's damage, he's just making it so difficult, even when Spectre is down. How do I push high ground? I guess we were asking the question before, like, okay, so where is the damage from Alliance? But in the early stages, they had the life to survive and go high ground. Now that life appears to not be enough. Or at least the barriers which appear are not enough, so they have to try and repair the damage and then go back into the sustain.
It's all about the way these fights break down. Alliance, they want to find kills quickly. They want to use their BKBs to kill not just supports, but hopefully at least one core. Beast Coast, the longer an engagement goes, the better. You want to trade your spells for Alliance big ultimates.
AA is dead once again.
Tinker, you want to, like, Tinker comes into the fight, has time to reset. It's that reset on Tinker where Beast Coast start to turn the tide.
Tinker gonna go into the Faceless Void. The side device reveal is here, and Faceless Void, he will be forever a piglet. Bacon is down. Marks the machines, a little bit of cover for Chris Lucky, mostly break for the tree lines. K1's TP'd in. Here goes your Hex again, but Limp arriving. May dissuade Beast Coast from forcing the issue, but Aegis being burned, that leaves only the advantage of cheese for Alliance. And Chrono down for 40 seconds. Here's your Tinker Wards being put down by Fada. They're looking for Spectre, who's actually going to walk back into it. The Rod of Atos control, but the Hex is under the Abaddon, the Arrow. Oh boy, Tinker, he cannot be caught. Trying to get back underneath the tower. Whisper wants to help out. The Dream Core's going to step on everybody, but Chris Luck, he needs the distance so he can mirror arm and then blink away. But he couldn't get the blink off in time. Tinker will fall down. Puck will join him with a multi-cast from Fada. They get the opening they're searching for. Vision in favor of Alliance, and Tinker is down. The counter push is off.
Such a heads-up move from Fada. Not just that, but he bought Midas so long ago, didn't even realize it, but check out his net worth. He's catching up to Whisper. No hero in Dota likes having a Midas more than Ogre, and because of the Blink Dagger, now he's got that catch potential for the Tinker. It's huge. You just gotta kill this man if you want to ever be able to push base.
Evented mid. Puck buys back. Tinker does not have the option. Clockwork has taken the creep. Clockwork took the creep wave. He's trying to delay it. They have a 30-second window here, Alliance. The tier 3 tower will fall. The melee racks now being targeted as well, Clockwork. I don't know if he wants to initiate into the back lines. Spectre is only just TPing in now, but this is a 5v4. Vada, he actually is playing Juka with Schofield, but they just lost Stinger. There goes your Ancient Apparition, big Ice Blast. They need that, and if they lose the Clockwork too, this is very problematic. A hook shot, Whisper trying to give him a target to hook out to, but the stuns just keep coming from Alliance. Now 3 heroes down for Beast Coast. Tinker will be back up in a second, but no buybacks.
Yep, credit to Lip. Unconventional item build paying off. That Hex is already paid for itself. He's found 3 kills thanks to it. And now they can just move straight towards top. They've got the creep wave, 2 supports still dead. Beast Coast, they had a bit of a timing, but Alliance found the kills. Nico Baby 13-0-12, a void performance for the ages, as we've come to expect from the new superstar, the Swedish squad.
Love how the arrows from Hanscom, he's checking the tree line on the northern side. Rockets will continue to fly, but Limp, a front line tank for his team. The Veil will be on him. And then it'll be off him, thanks to the shields.
He got poison attack, affects buildings. That'll help with the siege significantly. And also you can see him positioning himself inside the base. He's the target, not his Void, nobody else, just me. Void now level 25, got the Chronosphere AoE over the backtrack. You don't see it very often, but against Beast Coast lineup, it makes sense.
Moonlight Shadow, they're so close, faces Void looking for the Chronosphere. He managed to catch the Clockwork, but the Hex from Tinker, it actually gets returned. Limp is there for him. The All Flying Forward, that won't do anything. Maybe there's some extra help in no Schofield. The hook shot forward, it pushes them all away with the Cox out of the Ice Blast. Then Nico just jumps from straight back in again to get the double kill. Beast Coast. Now it's their turn to continuously get picked off an Alliance. It feels like in this state with no Tinker for a minute, they should be able to end this game.
The supports are just so fat right now. Both Hanskin and Fada approaching 13,000 net worth. 3 heroes from Beast Coast on the bottom. It's one thing if it's both your supports, it's another one if the offlaner too.
And props to Beast Coast for fighting for as long as they did. They had themselves a plan. But Alliance will now take the tier 4 towers. Tinker being such a critical part. Spectre doesn't have much to give. He's TPing back at the moment, right in the middle of the Arrow Hex combination. And easily get a huge Dream Coil out far. The only one not being caught, combining with the Ice Blast, but still with no Tinker. You'll have to actually buy back in Spectral Horn. Is the damage still going to be enough? There's no regeneration for Alliance. That's the upside. And Limp being focused down, Diffuser Blade slowing him. The false up and wave, but hook shot. Schofield stays with him, and they bring down the Viper. But they need more than this. The buybacks are heavily committed. The Arrow connecting onto K1. If he has a dieback, now even more work for the Tinker, who has respawned, trying to get to these front lines. Whisper, just never-ending silences, make it so difficult to fight. But Nico, still the raid boss, gets himself a triple kill, has to be permanently hexed. Chris Luck taking that up now as Clockwork. What's he gonna do? He's gonna tick out to Alliance's dots as the orb puck has to wait inside the phase shift, broken out. Schofield as well as Whisperer feels like they're playing distraction games, so Chris Luck has some time to regenerate, but the Dire Ancient is being chipped away. No amount of rockets, no amount of lasers can stop Alliance from killing this off. GG. Game 1 goes to Alliance.
Nice, very clean. Alliance, I was worried for them. Felt like they were that one mistake, one poor team fight away from potentially watching their lead disappear, but just clean. Whenever you end a game this much ahead, they almost quadrupled the number of kills Beast Coast, arguably the most aggressive team at this tournament, had. Always solid, just really not much else to say.